Let's warmly welcome architect Sandhya, the Associate Director of Environmental Design Solutions Private Limited. With over 24 years of experience across 5 countries, Sandhya is a professional in design build architecture. Specializing in green building certification, she has contributed to 100 plus projects, excelling in performance evaluation, sustainable design, and net zero initiatives. A proficient leader, she has led diverse teams, emphasizing energy and sustainability implementation while also showcasing expertise in marketing, operation, and corporate strategy. Sandhya will present a submission on evolving landscape of energy efficient building designs. So let's warmly welcome Sandhya.
Um, I am going to focus on what are the innovative strategies and approaches would be for energy efficient building design. So, because the building industry is moving towards a lot of smart technology, AI coming into picture, there are a lot of innovations which have come into advanced technology into building design, and that's how we're going to move into, and the building industry also needs to upskill to that aspect. So to start off with, whether it be a new construction or a retrofit building, smart technologies or innovative strategies is a very important thing for designing any kind of an efficient building or a sustainable building, where most of the panelists have already mentioned of passive design and bioclimatic architecture, which looks at different aspects what a site is giving. So leveraging natural light, ventilation, so all these aspects is a very innovative strategy, and how you use it is an important aspect to pertaining to your site. You have smart facades and dynamic glazings, which are now coming up. So these facades actually talk to the environment, and then that's how they relate it. And those systems are automated as per the environment required inside, and also to the environment which is prevailing outside. So designing with respect to these is also an important aspect. We have renewable energy integrated in the building facades. So you have building integrated photovoltaics, that is BIVP, which is the wind turbines which are integrated. So they are taking the energy efficient buildings to a next level. Then we have the smart systems. So talking of the most important aspect is the HVAC systems. Now, the HVAC systems are the energy guzzlers, which actually take up the most of the energy of the entire building, and on an energy consumption of a building. If I do a pie chart, they take up the entire thing. So it is important for us to understand that how how do you design an efficient system, an energy efficient system, an HVAC system. So you have to have a comparative analysis done, and you have a different lot of systems available right now in the market, and you can integrate them with AI, because AI being so popular with that, which creates algorithms which optimize heating, cooling, ventilation in your building. You have those. You have if I have to name some smart systems, then you have like radiant cooling, you have UFAD, that's underfloor air distribution systems, and then you have the ventilation systems like the DUAS systems. So all of them look at how do you optimize energy, and especially still maintaining the thermal comfort within the building. So that aspect is looked at as what what is the occupancy requirement, what is the occupancy pattern, what are the weather forecasts. All these aspects are looked at there. Then you have the building energy management system. So all the while I have been mentioning that it is very, very important that each building knows how the building behaves. So monitoring, doing data analysis of the building, and how is the building systems moving or optimizing the energy is a very important thing. And that's how the buildings are going to get to know about them. And there. So building energy management systems is a very important thing. This is plays a very important role in net zero building designs. And you have another coming up with is grid interactive net zero, where the building actually communicates with the grid or the discom, and you take up the peak loads or the demand response programs. So those aspects will come when your buildings have adopted these kind of advanced technologies. You have other aspects like green roofs and walls, which you're using for heat ingress. Those are also smart, innovative technologies. One of the panelists mentioned about modular and prefabricated constructions. That's also is very important, because it actually reduces the time. Your prefabricating and planning is very, very crucial in this, and it comes together on paper, but on site also, in a much lesser time than a normal construction would take. That those aspects are there. You're looking at energy storages in terms of advanced battery, or excess of energy which is being produced by renewable energy. All these aspects, they may not right now at present look economical to adapt them, but I'm sure eventually, when this is going on, we'll move further. Now, in an existing building, it is very important. There's one aspect which I think Sanjeevani pointed is looking at, you have an existing structure, and how do you use the embodied energy of that structure? Instead of looking at a building demolished completely and coming up with a new building, you have an existing building, and how you will retrofit it, because the structure has its own embodied carbon or an embodied energy, and how do you utilize that and do and retrofit in that. So those aspects also should be looked in terms of that. And finally, to the architects, I would like to say is that an occupant-centric design is very important to understand who are the occupants, what are the occupants doing, educating them as they're being participant into the whole thing. The final other which is very emerging as in terms of design development is virtual reality and augmented reality, or designing the buildings, digital twinning, which we call it. You actually design the entire building. Doing this kind of a thing actually takes a larger amount of time in design and a lesser amount in execution. You get to know a building which is virtually standing right in front of you. You can actually look at all the aspects of it, visualize this, optimize the energy efficient features, all of these. And it allows the stakeholders to actually experience and understand that this is how the building is going to be. Each one can take a very informed decision of all those aspects. It also helps you to understand the cost implications, which is going to be looked at for an energy efficient. In terms of challenges, I feel that it is very, very important for an energy efficient building design that architects really come forward in adapting these kind of strategies and smart technologies in the design process, and look at whatever the restrictions you have, but come up with an innovative solutions, because you have n number of solutions which are available, and adapt them to take the buildings merely not only to an energy efficient, but to a much later level, which you can be proud about. So yeah, that's it I would like to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sandhya, for such an engaging submission and also incorporating us on how energy efficiency can be used in building designs.